Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be going over my Apex Legends tier list. So let's start it off. Okay, so landing in 13th is Bangalore. She is probably the worst character in this game. Her smoke and her rolling thunder, they're just worse versions of other characters' abilities. Like Gibraltar's ultimate, like Caustic's tactical. It's just not good. Her passive is the only reason. It's just the only thing that makes sense to play her, which that's really not enough for me. That's why she's in 13th. 12th, Loba. Loba is a really weird character in this game. Her passive and her ultimate are good. They're actually really good in the beginning game, but towards endgame, they're just so useless. And so is the tactical too. It's just not that great. I mean, Pathfinder, I know he got nerfed, but he's still probably better than Loba. Also, Loba's tactical doesn't even work half the time on World's Edge, so that's an easy way to go down to like last place. 11th, Crypto. He was supposed to be one of the greatest legends ever when he came out. Everyone loved him. Or, I should say, the idea of him. And on paper, he is really good. But the way they executed it just... His drone EMP is the only thing that's worth it about him. And, I don't know. He needs a buff. He has the potential to be such a strong legend, but at the state he is now, he's basically useless. 10th, Mirage. Mirage was the most useless character in the game before the Season 5 buff. His tactical and his passive still aren't that good, but his ultimate is amazing. But he still just can't live up to other legends like Gibraltar and Pathfinder, which is why he's number 10 on the list. 9th, Lifeline. Lifeline has probably been one of the most played characters since the beginning of the game. She's so easy and fun to play that newbies love her. And veterans, they just love her. And after her nerf / buff, it's been kind of weird. Especially since her combat res is kind of overpowered. But probably not as good as the fast heals were. And I don't think anything will be as good as the fast heals. And her ultimate just kind of gets useless towards endgame, which is why she's number 9 on the list. 8th, Wattson. Wattson is the best defender in this game, hands down. But her abilities... Okay, let's say, compare her to Caustic. She's a better defender than Caustic, but Caustic can defend very well, and he also can rush so well. And when you can get both, rather than just one, it's just easy decision to go with Caustic, which is why she's number 8th on the list. 7th, Bloodhound. Bloodhound was probably one of the favorited characters towards the beginning of the game. And after 5 seasons, his tactical has gotten so many buffs and his ultimate that he's just a really strong legend. But other legends just kind of work a little bit better than him in situations. He's not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but he's just not the best, which is why he's number 7th on the list. 6th, Pathfinder. After his tactical's nerf, Pathfinder took a hit, but he's still a strong legend, with his passive that helps you see the zone and his zipline. He's still a really useful character, and probably next season he's gonna get a buff. Depends on which time you're watching this. But even if it's not back to 15 seconds, it's probably gonna be lower than 35. But right now, he's number 6 on the list. 5th, Wraith. Wraith used to be one of the most favorited legends at the beginning of the game, and she's probably the most sweatiest now. She hasn't changed too much besides her nerf and buff, which takes a little bit longer to start her tactical, but she also goes 30% faster now. So I'd say it's worth it, which is why she's number 5th on my list. 4th, Octane. Octane is the fastest, most mobile character in this game. Also happens to be my main. And especially after his buff, his tactical is kind of a counter to Caustic and Wattson. He's a lot better now, and now when you use his launch pad, you won't get lasered out of the air. The only problem is with his abilities, you really have to rely on skill. None of his abilities are really gonna help you too much, unlike Gibraltar and other characters, which is why he's number 4th on my list. 3rd, Gibraltar. Gibraltar's arm shield is a good enough reason just to play him, even without his tactical and ultimate. But his tactical is amazing too, because it also has faster heals and res, and then his ultimate with the airstrike, he's just amazing. He's definitely one of the strongest characters in the game, which is why he's number 3 on my list. 2nd, Caustic. Caustic's abilities are amazing. He's great for holding ground and rushing. His ultimate is probably one of the most OP in the game. And the only counter to a Caustic is a Caustic, pretty much. Maybe besides for an Octane at best. Which is why he's 2nd on my list. 1st, Revenant. Revenant lands the number 1 spot along with his tactical and his passive. Those are really good, but what makes him amazing is his ultimate, the Death Totem. Now that it has no range on it, you can rush with no risk of death. It's OP. His tactical is amazing. His passive is really helpful, and he's just easily the best character in this game. He's not my favorite. I definitely still liked playing him, but he's the most OP in this game, no question about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you don't agree with my tier list, comment why and who you think should be moved up or down. If you want to subscribe, in the top right, it will be my subscription thing, whatever you want to call it. In the bottom left will be my Apex video playlist. Thank you for watching. Bye.